My name is Ana Amortegui and I'm a cinematographer. And today um, I can proudly say that I'm a working cinematographer, but that I'm also pregnant. And that after many, many months of hiding it and being afraid of not being hired or losing my opportunities and not being able to follow my dreams, I took courage and I wanted to share that you don't have to choose, that you can do both. Um, when I found out that I was pregnant, um, I had my normal jobs going on, my shoots, operating. But when I found out right away, I got offered a feature out of town. And I had just talked to this agent, and then he got me this huge feature for me. And I didn't know what to do because I was so scared to tell him that I was pregnant because I thought maybe he's not gonna keep working with me or they're not gonna hire me. Um, so I kind of kept it quiet, and I never even thought about it. I just, not even to my family, I was able to tell anybody because I was so scared to kind of like give it up and not being able to finally, after that huge opportunity, not being able to take it just because my biggest blessing um, was coming. I've been wanting to be a mom forever, and then she came, right? But then all these opportunities came, so I went and I did the feature. Always hit it. Luckily, it was still a little bit cold. It was back in Atlanta, so I always had tons of jackets. But it was on my first trimester, so I was still really sick. And I had just left also a show here in LA. I was operating on a pilot, and all these first months were operating and shooting that feature in Atlanta. I was really sick my first trimester. I mean, I couldn't say anything, but I was feeling really sick. But it was my dream, so it's like trying to do everything that I could because I always thought I knew she would want me to follow my dreams. And now she's my reason for everything. She's what inspired me to keep going, to take all these jobs, to fight for what I love. So she became my reason. And then as I was shooting that feature, then I got another feature in New Orleans. But I still, you know, I couldn't say anything because that feature was even, it was more like a thriller, like a kidnapping kind of theme feature. So I had almost everything was very handheld, and in both features I was gonna operate MVP. So I kept it really quiet. Didn't even have like a day off. I finished in Atlanta. The next day I was on a plane to New Orleans, and then I started shooting that other feature. We were like an hour away from New Orleans in the swamps, shooting past hours with a lot of things, right? Car chases. I rode ATVs with the cameras on my shoulder. I was in this like very abandoned house with a lot of mold and bees. You guys have no idea. I was thrown in the floor everywhere. Um, so it was crazy overall. But I think it made me not just a better DP, but a better person, and I appreciate it. It was very, very hard, very, very hard. I was at the edge of a bridge, and everybody holding my shirt, me trying to hide the belly. So I was like this, but everybody pulling back so I wouldn't fall. It was crazy. Well, I want people to know that you don't say it not because you're dishonest, but because you're so scared and there's so much fear that you wouldn't get hired. And it's not about the money and that you need to work, but it's about your dreams and following your passion and knowing that this is not an obstacle. Since I started as a camera PA, as an electrician, they always told me you have to choose. You can have a family or you can have your job, but you cannot have both. But it shouldn't be that way. I wish they wouldn't see us as if we were like with a disease or sick or handicapped. Um, so I said, I do think you don't have to choose. You can have it all. And there's plenty of examples in our industry. You have Rachel Morrison, you have Rick Morano, you have many female DPs that are already, they have their families and they're doing it and they have it all. They have an amazing career, they have an amazing family. So why would you have to choose? Because you're a mom doesn't mean you have to give up on your dreams, or because you chose family, you cannot choose work. Um, I hope that for people to give us that opportunity, so we don't, so the choice is yours, not what the people wants or what the industry says.